Hey guys, welcome to the late night sausage party podcast. This voice that you're hearing, that's me. My name is Neelay, and मैं exclusively English में बात नहीं करूँगा. That's too much. With me, I have two other people. I've got Heet, Nandu, and Bhushan. I'm just gonna hand over the mic to those guys. Guys, introduce yourself. Bhushan, go first.
Hey guys, this is Bhushan. We started this podcast because of this lockdown and we don't have anything better to do. So we're going to talk about two topics every day and hope you guys like it.
Hey guys, my name is Heet, and the topic that we're going to be discussing today is Filmy Keeda, and we have two guests with us, which also happen to be our friends, that is Rohan and Priyanshu. So the topic is related to films, movies, web series, and whatnot. And as Rohan and Priyanshu seem to have a decent amount of knowledge, they are also film buffs. Hence, we've decided to bring them on the show. And this is the pilot episode of this late night sausage party podcast. We're going to be having more shows on the way, so stay tuned for that. And so let's introduce ourselves, starting with Neelay.
Hi guys again. My name is Neelay. I am studying engineer. I also travel a lot and I read books. That's basically my entire shtick. So the three of us, right? We've known each other for a really long time, and we just decided this podcast would be a great way to kind of get over the entire corona virus lockdown thingy. And yeah, up till now it's been going great. So Bhushan, do you wanna introduce yourself?
So hey guys, this is Bhushan again. Yeah, even I'm doing engineering. I'm studying computer engineering. And yeah, that's it for now.
Hi guys, my
Brilliant.
name is Heet, and I'm an aspiring filmmaker. I'm pursuing cinematography and currently working as an assistant director, a drone operator, and an editor. So
Nice.
today's topic is actually quite close to my heart as I am into films and movies. So it's gonna be really fun session for me and all of us. And let's see how it goes.
ओके ब्रिलियंट सो फाइनली सब लोग के माइक्स वगैरह कनेक्ट हो गए हैं तो फाइनली लोग आ चुके हैं वी हैव अ स्पेशल गेस्ट फॉर टुडे वीव गॉट रोहन एंड प्रियांशु हियर फाइनली सो उनसे शुरुआत करते हैं रोहन गो फर्स्ट इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ एंड उसके बाद प्रियांशु अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे सो टेल अस हु यू आर व्हाट यू डू
Hi guys, this is Rohan Patne. This is my first podcast of my life. मैं ये opportunity मेरे दोस्तों को दे रहा हूँ to have a celebrity on the show for the first episode. और क्या बस ठीक है ना और क्या बोलना है मैं जिंदगी जी रहा हूँ बस आई एम अलाइव
वाओ
जी रहा है, सच्ची जी रहा है.
मैं
हमें तो नहीं लगा.
हाँ
So my name is Priyanshu और क्या इंट्रोड्यूस करूँ मैं.
Alright, guys, so the topic for today is Filmy Keeda, and today we're going to be talking about films, web series, movies, shows, and everything related to that. And so, as I said earlier, Priyanshu and Rohan are keen film enthusiasts and movie buffs. Hence, we've got them on the show, and we have a bunch of questions for them, and also we're going to be having some general discussion related to this topic. So, I think Rohan and Priyanshu have introduced themselves. So, let's go ahead with the questions.
ओके सो परफेक्ट सो दिन का सबसे पॉडकास्ट का सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन रोहन प्रियांश टू लिसन अप how did you get into films and what about it influenced you from the being the average viewer that you are and being something more what introduced you to all of that
Okay, so the first movie that I watched in theater was Lagan. तो उधर से expectation. I mean, it was not a bad movie, but ठीक है. फिर आगे जाके I encountered few movies which were like Bollywood ही चलता था पहले अपन ज़्यादा Hollywood starting में less. Then after a while I saw this movie, a really great movie, रंग ने बसंती. मेरे को उस टाइम पे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया व्हाट हैपेंड इन द मूवी. इट वाज वेरी अहेड ऑफ इट्स टाइम. बहुत सही मूवी है. मतलब आई थिंक लास्ट आई थिंक 4 साल पहले व्हेन आई सॉ इट आई कुड रियली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इट वाज ट्राइंग टू पोर्ट्रे. The way it transitioned between past, the way transition between the effects of character development, तो वो बहुत सही था. और उसके बाद हॉलीवुड then took over all the expertise and everything. So उसमें तो बहुत सारे movies हैं that were great. I think Rohan should speak now.
It started when I was younger. तभी we didn't have cable because my dad wanted me to study and become something in life जो नहीं हो रहा है. Too much of his disappointment. तो ऐसे हर I used to get 30 rupees and I used to rent DVDs and play them on my DVD player. That's how it started. तभी तो इतना कुछ खास अंग्रेजी समझता नहीं था. जैसे विजुअल्स एंड CGI से मेरा दिल खुश हो जाता था. मैं ऐसे फूलता था उससे. लेकिन वो ऐसे there's a language to filmmaking. ऐसे there's a language to the cut. There's a language to the scene, the shot size. वो सब ऐसे धीरे धीरे you start appreciating it more once you start developing your own emotions. तो थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स वगैरह हो जाता है, मज़ा आता है. सो वही. और फिर ऐसे रात को अगर रोना वोना हो तो मूवी साथ होता है, हंसना हो तो मूवी साथ होता है, गर्लफ्रेंड बकचोदी कर रही है मूवी साथ होता है. बस शॉर्ट है.
Actually, I would like to add to that. What got me started was not actually watching films, but I began with making films and using the camera, and I fell in love with the art of moving images, and that's how I got into watching films and all the emotions related to that.
Yeah, it's actually really weird because मेरा भी story it's kind of like same to Rohan's. मेरे dad बैंगलोर में काम करते थे, so every time he used to come back to Mumbai, he used to have this entire folder of DVDs that he had gotten, and वहाँ से actually I started watching movies, Hollywood, Bollywood, and that's actually how I got into it. And later on, there were YouTube channels like there are all of these channels which kind of explain you the process of story making and everything, which I found really interesting. That's actually where I'm coming from.
I think that DVD thing is like constant for all of us. I mean, everybody had that uh, the folder or some sort for the
Oh
DVD
yeah,
CDs,
definitely,
and
definitely.
piracy zindabad.
Yeah,
So
we
honestly,
don't
एकदम
I
even
don't
do.
understand movies. So the only
Yeah,
thing I care about in the movie is the plot. So मुझे नहीं समझता कौन अच्छा एक्टिंग कर रहा है, कौन बुरा एक्टिंग कर रहा है. So एक डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव रहता है मैं जब मूवीज देखता हूँ तब. तो
right.
लाइक लोग सिनेमाटोग्राफी के बारे में बात करते हैं, बट मुझे बस लाइक स्टोरी समझता है.
What, according to you, does it take to become a good film? What are the aspects of a film, or
Okay, what makes a good film?
yeah,
Okay.
what makes a good film?
I've actually already answered this. It's just plot for me
No,
personally.
not exactly.
Personally.
I mean, if you see at 1917, what's the plot? He's just running, but that movie is great.
Hmm.
That's not the
Right.
plot. He has a mission, no? He must stop a war. That's the plot. So there are things at stake.
Yeah, but the plot is very simple.
Yeah, it's very
and
simple. Very
you can just shoot it in 5
Yeah, it
minutes.
is simple.
Even
But
Dunkirk.
No.
15 minutes.
no, like
whatever.
I get his point. So from an
Yeah.
execution point of view, if you don't want to go with the one shot take, you can go ahead with the film and make it in a very easy and a very basic way. But what makes that film great is how they've sort of gone around it, and how they've shot it, and how they've
Exactly.
achieved all that greatness.
I mean, again, with this question, it's like really tricky because हर एक बंदे का viewpoint
Yeah,
अलग
of
रहेगा.
course.
If you
That's what we want to know now. What
Yeah, I
everyone
mean,
thinks
if
about it.
if you're talking about a bhai ka fan, so all it takes is bhai in the movie. That's
Yeah,
it. Like,
true.
yeah.
Nice point.
Or,
In some other viewpoint,
I actually
and
think-
even what type of movie you're making. I mean, if you're making a horror movie, then the plot is simple. The plot is very short. The plot is very simple, but there are behind the scenes into it, like what CG and what effects they've given.
right.
That's similar to the action movie as well, the superhero movies as well. But when you go with a clean drama like a marriage story, there is a plot to it. There is a real plot to it. And uh, there's a different aspect to making a marriage story and making a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're completely different. So you cannot. There's no constant way of making a great movie. It's dynamic. You can make it in any other way, in any good way.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we never answered the question actually.
Yeah, Neelay, so what according to you makes a good film?
Okay, so personally for me, I think the closer the movie gets to reality, the better I think it is, because I don't necessarily watch movies to escape reality. Like I want to know that they're portraying something that I'm familiar with. So I guess reality is something I'm really big on.
Okay.
So you like Akshay Kumar movies basically.
Yeah, yeah, you could say that. You could say that.
And what about you, Heath?
Like I said, what makes a good film for me is when it takes me away from all the technical aspects of that film and keeps me engrossed in the story.
At its core, I think there should be some sort of truth in it. First, at least there
Yeah,
should be one scene that's very real and that's very true. Just say, if you look at Tamasha, Imtiaz Ali ka, the entire movie is not very good. It's very uneven and sometimes it's pandering to the audiences. Sometimes it's trying to do something that's true. But uska breakup scene is top notch. And both the actors are acting at their peak. Uska breakup scene is so good that it will probably move you. It'll move the coldest fucking bastard there is on this planet. It's top notch. And it's very true because that's how breakups are. So, with that one scene, Tamasha takes the cake for me. वैसे in movies, there should be something that's very true to real life and how people are.
What Rohan said before, that something that really touches you, something that जो बहुत a coldest person को हटा सकता है. I'm just moving away from the question right now. So
yeah,
Nice.
I wanted to know कि तुम लोग what was that movie that made you cry?
yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Tare Zameen
Oh,
Par, Tare
Tare
Zameen Par,
Zameen Par, man.
hands
Come
down.
on. Every time. Every time. Like, I remember
I
being in the
think
theater
I still
and crying.
watch Tare Zameen Par and cry every now and then.
Wow.
So like
Yeah,
फन से
no,
रोया नहीं है
तारे
तभी Tare
ज़मीन पर
Zameen
तो
Par.
था, but I think हाची the dog story was ultimate. मतलब
Yes.
वो हर टाइम मैं
Yes.
रोऊंगा.
Right, right. For sure. For sure.
मुझे
yeah,
स्कूल में कभी रोना नहीं
my
आता था
story is
मूवीज
very
देख के.
funny.
मुझे अभी अभी रोना आने लगा है मूवीज देख के. मुझे पहले फील नहीं होता था मूवीज से.
वही तू मैच्योर ही नहीं है.
ओहो. तो अभी मैंने पहले भी बागबान देखा है बट तब कुछ लगा नहीं था. बट अभी जब
Oh
बागबान देखता हूँ
damn.
ना तो थोड़ा आंसू
हाँ.
आता है.
Mm.
मेरे भी बच्चे होंगे वो भी
अच्छा
छोड़ के
तो
चले
yeah,
जाएंगे
so
मुझे.
movies that made you cry.
अरे मेरा तो इतना गंदा फनी स्टोरी है ना, मेरे को अभी खुद सोच के इतना हंसी आता है. एक बार क्या हुआ था, नो नेम्स, तो यू नो हु आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. ऐसा 99.
Okay.
सो एक बार क्या हुआ था, आई रिमेम्बर वी हैड आवर एग्जाम्स और समथिंग, कुछ तो चल रहा था और मेरे डैड के साथ मेरा झगड़ा हो रहा था क्योंकि वो बोल रहे थे पढ़ पढ़, फोन रख. और पढ़ रही थी और वो चली गई थी, बहुत टाइम टेक्स्ट नहीं कर रही थी. तो मैं ऐसे डेस्परेशन में एकदम लोनली हो गया. मैं सोचा क्या करूँ. तो मैंने मूवी लगा ली और ये मैंने कुछ तो रात के 12 बजे चालू करी और रात के 2:33 तक मैं डन आउट. मैं कल हो ना हो देख रहा था और मैं रोने लग गया. मैं रो रहा हूँ. फिर मैं पागल हो गया और 99 को टेक्स्ट करने बैठ गया. आई लव यू सो मच.
Dude, this is not
I
at all
love you.
subtle, dude.
ठीक है, वो थोड़ी देखने वाली है. तो मैं टेक्स्ट करने बैठ गया. आई लव यू सो मच, यू आर एवरीथिंग, आई कांट लिव विदाउट यू. लंबा ऐसे भेजा. ओ शिट.
Holy shit.
ऐसे पे ऐसे लिख रहा हूँ, भेजता रहा. टेक्स्ट करते रो रहा हूँ. भाई पूरे ओवरीज फट गए मेरे.
Ovaries?
ओ टीयर.
What?
You
It's on the
heard
record.
it here first. You heard it here first.
Robots पड़ गए. Holy shit.
Uh,
This needs to be on a
Okay.
t-shirt, dude. रोज रो के robots पड़ गए.
Oh no. Oh no.
so the
Oh.
movies that made me cry is तारे ज़मीन पर of course सबके list में है. So there's this one film called The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm sure
Oh
everyone has seen
shit.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna say. I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
that is kind of my
Yeah.
I don't know weak this
It,
thing.
it gets you. It gets you,
like
man.
yeah man. That film made me cry a lot. And then there was this film called Meri Pyari Bindu.
Hmm.
That was also a good one.
Nice.
But I don't usually watch. Like I'm not that into
Who was the
that
last one?
genre.
I did not hear. Who was the last movie you said?
Ayushmann Khurrana.
Yeah. Ayushmann
Billu
Khurrana
Balbar का
and
sequel.
Pariniti Chopra. Meri Pyari Bindu.
Hmm. Right.
नीले
So,
नीले ने बोल दिया ना.
yeah. नहीं. So the movie that made me cry, obviously, Tare Zameen Par, Pursuit of Happiness, definitely. But one other movie, I don't know why though. I really, I really like A Star Is Born. So that's Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I don't know why, but it was like really touching for some reason. It was just, and I also like the musical aspect of it. It was so real, and I loved that movie. Absolutely, it's a must watch, really.
Actually, I haven't seen it, but I heard कि it's Ashiqui 2 का remake. Is that so?
Well,
I
what?
don't know.
नहीं. A Star Is Born was a 1934 ऐसा कुछ तो movie.
Yeah.
Then it got remade again.
Yeah.
Then Ashiki 2
Yeah.
got made, and now this is a remake of the original Hollywood
A
movie.
Star Is Born. Yeah. And this one is
The
also
plot is same.
directed by Bradley Cooper. He also acted in.
Ha.
That was his, I think
Exactly.
it's his
Yeah.
debut film as a director.
Yeah. It's actually done really well, and I especially love like I said, the music part of it, because Bradley Cooper actually sings in it, and he does a really good job. Like it's a damn good job. Like even the way he produced it, and I watched like a couple of interviews after the movies, and yeah, man, it's super beautiful.
It's very weird to see Bradley Cooper in that film. You know, when you've seen him in the Hangover series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's completely different. movie. Let's
Yeah.
talk about theaters, cinemas versus OTT platforms in terms of viewing experience, the content that they provide, and price. It's a highly debatable topic, so I think we should begin with it.
Yeah, I don't think there's like there's even an argument here. I'll choose the online platforms anytime. Like it just gives you so much freedom, man. Like, you can watch everything on your terms, the way you want it, whenever you want it. Unlike theaters where you have to be on time to watch a movie, or you can't be there in your chaddis and whatnot. Like
अरे फिर
yeah,
देखो अंकल का पॉपकॉर्न चबाते हुए आवाज नहीं आएगा क्या मजा फिर.
Yeah, so I think अभी मतलब वो movie पे depend करता है. If there is तीस मार का on theater, I'm not going to watch it. But
right.
अगर let's say कोई अच्छी movie, let's say Joker is on and you want to watch it. It's available both on OTT and theater. I still prefer theater IMAX because that gives a pretty good
Right.
view experience.
That reminds me.
But do you
Priyanshu,
know
rem-
that all the IMAX theaters in India are
Are not
actually
perfectly IMAX.
they're IMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? I think there's a truth in what Priyanshu is saying. Priyanshu, you remember we went for Star Wars?
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, that was like magical, man. Like you had to watch that movie in the theater. Like there's just no comparison.
So,
You can't watch it.
Yeah,
At
that's
home.
what I'm saying. There are few movies that you really need to watch it in IMAX, but it's not necessary for all the movies.
Yeah.
Like, I've never walked away
Sorry.
from a movie, like out of a movie theater halfway. Have you guys done that?
No, never.
Never.
So if I've paid the money,
I think
end
I'm
up
too
watching
cheap
the whole
to do
movie.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Garib mindset.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
So you can stop a movie halfway Netflix देखते वक्त, but you can't do
Yeah.
the same when
Of
you're
course,
at the
if-
theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rohan, what do you have to say about this entire debate?
Yeah, the answer is both. Like some movies deserve the big treatment, some movies are more personal and soft. उनको शायद बड़े स्क्रीन पे देखने पे उतना वो it won't probably won't hit you as much. जैसे softer movies, what do I tell you? Maybe Marriage Story, शायद that worked better because it was on a small screen. Or
Right,
Roma,
right.
that worked better because it was on small screen. बड़े screen पे maybe I would have appreciated it, but I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
anything on Old
both.
Balaji.
फर्क तो
वो मोबाइल
जरूरी
पे
है.
देखने लायक ही है भाई.
फर्क तो जरूरी
ओल्ड
है.
बालाजी बड़े स्क्रीन पे नहीं दिखता है.
So according to me, थिएटर्स का व्यूइंग एक्सपीरियंस कभी बीट कर नहीं सकते. No OTT platform or no setup of yours can beat the experience of watching a film on a theater compared to watching it at your home. But what OTT platforms have brought is small scale productions and the movies which never got a chance to have a theatrical release, or also a big genre these days is web shows, which has I think seen a huge rise in India.
Yeah.
I think after Netflix or Prime जब इंडिया में है उसके बाद से we have seen like shit ton of web shows and series and talk shows and whatnot online. Watching films at your home is far cheaper compared to watching films. Even though इंडिया में movies देखना बहुत सस्ता है, इतना महंगा नहीं है. I've compared prices like in different regions in the world, और I think इंडिया में सबसे cheapest movie tickets मिलते हैं. I think after a point अपने को movies 50-70 rupees में भी मिल जाते हैं if you
Yeah.
हीट को हाफ टिकट मिलता है.
अरे but you know what you know what there are some like जो भी adult rated movies है ना इंडिया में experiences spoils everything. मतलब
हाँ.
कितना कितना it just spoils everything. सारा सेंसर हो जाता है and there's no point of A rating. Why is there A rating? They're just
So वो लोग
censoring
सेंसर करेंगे PG-13 के लिए और फिर अडल्ट का मार्क देंगे उसको.
Oh, yeah.
या तो अभी भी गालियाँ भी सेंसर हो जाती है ना, भले वो इंग्लिश हो हिंदी हो, उनको सेंसर बोर्ड को सेव.
John Wick 3 थिएटर में देखने के बाद I still had to watch it again to see a few scenes.
You can't watch any
Other
Samuel
scenes
Jackson
can't
movie in an Indian theater.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, okay, so I think we've answered this
That was a long
question pretty well. Yeah.
Favorite movie of all time, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's go one by one.
Okay, I'll go first. If there's one movie that I could watch for the rest of my life, it's I think it's episode 1 of Star Wars. I don't know why people hate on the prequels, but that's my favorite movie of all time. I think it has my favorite character called Darth Maul. Wait, let me check. It's I don't know why people hate on the prequels, but it's really my favorite movie of all time. Like I would watch that every day.
मैंने एक्चुअली स्टार वॉर्स 1 2 3 4 5 6 करके देखा है. Not
हाँ
3
यार,
or
मैंने भी
5.
हक दिया वैसे.
So
मैंने भी हक दिया.
technically you went in the order, like मतलब पहले से ही चालू किया उन्होंने बड़ा
वही.
किया, but not in the order of their release.
Because then spoil हो जाता है ना कि who is Luke.
Exactly.
father.
हाँ. Yeah, makes sense.
But everyone
So,
knew
that-
already, dude. वो उसको 30 साल हो गया वो मूवी को आके.
हाँ. So yeah, so that's my pick. What's yours?
For me, it has to be like either Shawshank Redemption or Forrest Gump. I watched Shawshank Redemption a lot. I've watched it like 6 times.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. Yeah, those are my top 2 Hollywood movies.
Mine is The Godfather. My
Oh.
I mean, I've read the book and I've seen this movie. So basically, the first and the second part is completely based on the book, and the third part was made because of the
Demand.
because of the noise it made. The Godfather, and it shouldn't have been made. I think the third one was. I actually haven't seen the third one completely.
I
I've
think
seen the first and
it's
second
the
and-
worst rated Godfather of all time, ना, the third part.
Yeah.
तीनों में से सबसे खराब
So-
रेटिंग उसको ही मिला था. And apparently धवल को सबसे फेवरेट वही लगता है. उसका favorite
Because-
But
because
like
what-
it's
मैंने
tough
One
to
Day
fill the
Olympics नहीं
shoes
देखा
of
ही
those. It's tough to fill the shoes of those first two movies. Those movies are like top notch. I think Godfather 3 फिर भी बहुत अच्छा है. It's like people फुकट उसको बहुत डिस करते हैं क्योंकि expectations काफी बढ़ गया था. फिर
Right.
in terms of अगर if you separate it from Godfather 1 and 2 वो बहुत solid movie है.
बट मैंने
but
क्रिटिसिज्म
what,
की वजह से देखा ही नहीं है 3. सो देखना चाहिए कि नहीं देखना चाहिए?
if you've
Big,
read
big.
the book and you've seen the movie, you know that it stops at a really good point. I mean, you
Yeah.
won't want a Harry Potter 8, right? So it's
Yeah.
the ending was really good. So why want another movie?
But वही ना, I think why fans are disappointed is because वो downfall हो गया. But in general, if you look at it, there's a पता नहीं who named this, but there's a rule of three. So in general, in the third generation of your family, the family loses its fortune. They say even पता नहीं historically in the third generation everything tends to go down.
Yeah, like
So
you
that's the pattern they have followed.
Hangover 3 fuck all था.
Yeah.
like
Houseful
every
3
third
football
movie is
था.
bad.
गोलमाल 3 भी. हाँ रे.
नहीं bro, गोलमाल 3 was
ये
damn
Krish
good.
3
गोलमाल
अच्छा
2
था.
अरे क्या
गोलमाल
बात
2
कर
was
रहा है?
fuck all. गोलमाल 3 बहुत अच्छा था. उसमें वो पप्पी बॉस वो सब था bro.
अरे हाँ.
पप्पी बॉस बहुत अच्छा.
अरे but you really can't beat गोलमाल like the original
मिथुन था वो
गोलमाल.
कुत्ते का नाम फेसबुक होता है. क्या
friend
क्या
था
रहता
हमारा.
है.
अरे वो एंड में इमोशनल कर दिया है वो मूवी तो.
हाँ.
Which
वो
film?
बात करने लग जाता है.
गोलमाल.
हाँ.
Does the question require me to watch it every day? ऐसा कुछ है
No,
कि
no, no,
like
no,
it's
no,
one
No.
Even
top
one
movie
time
ना?
was
Okay.
just-
फेवरेट बेस्ट मतलब इसके आगे कोई मूवी है ही नहीं.
अरे अच्छा वैसे
मतलब गौरव
तो
वाला.
so I wouldn't watch this every day, but I would definitely want to keep it aside and watch it often because I think this is peak filmmaking. This is peak emotion. This is like raw. People might disagree, but I think ये movie जब भी मैंने देखा ना तभी it hit me in the right moment, in the right spot. Raging Bull बस.
Raging
Bull.
Bull. Oh right. Yeah.
Perfect. ऐसा इमोशनल कैथारसिस होता है ना वो हो गया एक मूवी से.
What was your favorite romantic movie, like all of you guys in Hollywood?
रोमांटिक.
Before Sunrise.
I think I'll go with her. I really
Her.
love
Oh wow,
Yeah,
lovely
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's it's kind of it's romantic, but it's also kind of bitter. It's kind of
but it's kind of moving towards a romance. I mean, it doesn't happen in the end,
Yeah.
but still.
Ron, did
It's
you see the
beautiful.
whole series of it? I mean, all the three movies before Sunrise.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all three. I love all three.
Actually,
They're like a textbook
you
on
need to
life.
watch it. You need to
Yeah.
watch all the three because there is a transition in the characters.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
the first one is pure. It's young love, and then
Yeah.
it moves on to mature love, and then the divorce part
Yeah.
happens, and that's even then there is a love. So
Yeah. True.
You
needs to
guys,
be
what
seen
are
together.
what are your opinions on when Harry met Sally? Have you guys
Haven't
seen
seen
that?
I couldn't watch it entirely. I couldn't watch it. I don't think
No,
it's
nah?
kind of
Yeah.
nah. It's no.
It's
That didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I would
yeah,
I would
exactly.
name it an overhyped movies. I don't know. I'll just-
Exactly.
Fair
Yeah.
Fair enough.
For some reason, I really like Adam Sandler movies. I like his rom-com.
Oh,
I enjoy
nice.
them.
that's like a
Yeah. They're
guilty
silly.
pleasure
It's
almost.
they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
has anyone seen the Blue Valentine?
Oh, I have.
No.
Oh my god. I like that. I don't know. I really like it. It's
Sad, but it's the best.
yeah, exactly. It makes sense, and especially because it has Ryan Gosling. Man, come on, it's
Ryan Gosling.
You guys
Yeah.
like
I've been
La La Land?
avoiding it because it's sad, but Priyanshu ने बोला था. I remember it because of Priyanshu.
yeah.
La La Land पसंद आई क्या तुम लोग को?
La La Land.
हाँ पसंद आई थी.
It's a nice.
Overhyped.
movie.
It's overhyped. It's a good
nice
movie, but it's really hyped.
Yeah,
I feel.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
The
all
ending is
nice,
really good. but
great.
it's overhyped.
Right. So let's move on to Bollywood.
Next time I will sit with some water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
चाहिए
we
देखो
already did.
बेटा पानी पी लो बेटा. Friends,
पानी
sorry,
पी लो,
friends,
friends.
not बेटा. Friends.
एक घंटा हो
Right.
गया
So
bro. 57
so
minutes.
let's move on to Bollywood.
there'll be a
What are
lot
your
of
favorites?
Bollywood films. Who's
Ah.
gonna start?
I'll go first. I've got two, and those two are really different from each other, even in the way I like them. So the first one is Hera Fairy.
You
It's
stole
just
mine.
brilliant. Like it's just brilliant. And the other one is Gunda. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that, but that movie is brilliant. It is just अरे वो जानबूझ के ऐसा बनाया है ब्रो लाइक
Like,
इट्स
I don't think
बाय
it's serious. Like, they tried to make a
I
serious movie,
You
but
can't
they
call
ended
it
up
a
with it.
favorite. It was a joke, bro.
अरे नहीं यार I legit like I love the dialogues oh पागल है क्या like I don't know if you guys remember but I once got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and watched it because it was screening on some television channel or something
Hey,
I love that movie like just yeah
बबुआ तुम
that's
सठिया गए हो.
Done it with Game of Thrones.
oh yeah that's like yeah so that's my pick what's yours
So for me is one is Ferreira Fairy, which is I think the favorite of all time.
For
I don't
sure.
know. I can't count the number of times I've seen that film.
same
And the second one is Tumbad, which was like a insane cinematic experience
Yeah.
for me. I've
Yeah.
seen that film like thrice or 4 times, but every time I watch it, I think I'm always blown away by how. Also, I've seen a lot of videos about how it was made and all the behind the scenes of it, and it I have a level of respect for that film.
right yeah
देखा
तुम बड़ा
सबने
अच्छा
देखा
है
लेकिन
अच्छा है सबने देखा
तो बहुत सही.
It's like
मेरा
अपने
एक
deep
मामा
movies.
थोड़े टाइम के लिए प्री प्रोडक्शन पे था उस पे,
Yeah,
oh nice
बट पेमेंट
yeah,
इश्यूज
मैंने
बहुत था तो उसने बीच में छोड़ दिया.
of course 6 साल लगा था वो फिल्म को बनने
6 साल लगा.
क्या बात कर रहा है
Yeah.
oh
and they have reshot half of the film. This is
oh I
awesome.
didn't know that
Yeah,
अच्छा
it's kind of insane.
Bhushan what's yours what's your pick
I'm gonna name 3 movies. Like, 2 of them are really recent, and you guys might disagree with it. So first one is Kal Ho Na Ho. Like, वो मेरा first movie था.
okay
That I remember. So
Right.
like that's my favorite movie. And then Andhadhun, obviously. And then I really liked Vadaiyo. I watched it multiple times.
Badayo.
Ayushmann Khan.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I really like the movie. I watched it multiple times. I know, like, you guys are gonna disagree, but
No, but like what? Why do you?
I really like
disagree?
Ayushmann Khurrana, and
Yeah, that we figured.
it's a very wholesome movie. So
Very what?
very wholesome movie.
Achha.
The concept is different.
Yeah. So
Okay.
those are my three
So,
movies.
my all-time
Uh,
favorite one.
If I have to pick one, then it becomes difficult. But I would definitely choose Piku. Piku is
Piku,
my.
I've never
It's
watched
like
Piku.
it's top filmmaking. It's the movie I watch. It's the movie I play in the background when I'm writing my own stuff. Because there's a rhythm to the scenes. The writing is very sharp and it's very nuanced. And
Piku
I
है
think
जिस अमिताभ बच्चन है जिसको जुलाब होता है.
हाँ.
हाँ वही
अच्छा.
बहुत सुंदर है वो. मेरा फेवरेट है वो. और उसमें जो दीपिका पादुकोण है ना जो पीकू कैरेक्टर है that's like kind of my dream woman.
रोहन
बस
पीकू
done.
देखते देखते हाजमोला खाते रहता है.
उसको चाहिए कि कोई पॉटी साफ करने वाली.
yeah
The
that's
name
a
starts
dream
with A.
woman
रोहन के वाइफ के क्राइटेरिया पे रहेगा जो अगर पॉटी साफ कर सके तो ही बनना रहने.
that's like a deal breaker right?
Rohan wants to marry a
आती है ना
tissue
पेपर
paper.
पे.
Rohan wants to
Paper
marry a
card आती है
tissue
ना.
paper basically.
Toilet.
हाँ
ओ
प्रियांशु.
भाई मारो मुझे मारो.
So, the all-time favorite one.
रोहन शादी के टाइम घोड़े पे नहीं बैठेगा, कमोड पे बैठेगा.
वरमाला ने टॉयलेट रोल पहनाएगा अपनी.
nice
हाँ, प्रियांशु.
Okay. So my all-time favorite Bollywood movie is Rang De Basanti.
Oh.
Has everyone seen it?
Yeah.
yeah
Yes.
yeah
But I think I was too immature to watch it when I was.
exactly same
I don't
Yeah.
think I was
So-
smart enough.
Yeah, it
Tub
was
anti
way ahead of its time. When
I
it
think I
released,
need
it
to
was a
watch it
flop.
again.
Yeah.
When it was released, it was a flop, and after a few years, people realized how good that movie was. And the way there is a character transition plus plot transition in that movie. You go back into uh, the olden times where the patriotism was way high, and
Right.
you come back to the to our society where we don't care about patriotism. So there is a perfect transition between that and how the characters develop that patriotism in them. So the plot is really good. You need to watch it again if you haven't.
ये सुन ना
मतलब
लास्ट ट्रैक
थोड़ा
डालना वरना हम लोग चूतिए लगेंगे.
हमें सिद्धू चाहिए, सिद्धू
ये
को ला।
हैंगआउट का सेशन 2 घंटे तक चलेगा.
हाँ.
नहीं ब्रो, तारक मेहता has the most number of background sound effects.
टॉइंग
Oh.
टॉइंग
You should have a
टॉइंग
उसके
नहीं है
उसमें
यो.
each time there's a sound effect, there should be a shot. So bro, you can't even last till 5 minutes. इतने ज़्यादा
Yeah.
sound effects हैं इसमें.
Yeah.
One of my friends told me that you should watch Tarak Mehta while you're stoned and count the number of sound effects. It's some different kind of high.
So, I've actually never properly watched a single Tarak Mehta episode.
मैंने भी नहीं
You're
देखा ये
missing
लोग।
out, bro. To life.
अरे भाई मतलब
अभी तो
it's kind
कोरोना
of
चल
like
रहा है.
it's kind of like इतने episodes है कि भाई it's like too much.
You can't watch
अभी-
it now. This is now it's
नहीं,
too late.
Yeah.
तू
अभी
तू बिंज
वो-
करेगा ना अभी
You're not
तारक
supposed to
मेहता।
watch it
तो
from
अब
करो,
तारक
खत्म
मेहता
हो
का
जाएगा।
गोल्डन
चालू
पीरियड
कर
भी चला गया है. गोल्डन
Right.
पीरियड जब था जब टप्पू
Oh,
ओरिजिनल
oh,
था.
oh.
अब ये डुप्लीकेट टप्पू है bro.
No,
ये
duplicate
doesn't work.
टप्पू है?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
damn.
The cast has changed drastically.
अरे अरे अरे.
क्योंकि उसका
Really?
मोची दाढ़ी आ रहा था, तो शेव करने
Oh.
से अच्छा उसको चेंज कर दिया।
चुप चुप थी. ये पॉडकास्ट को खत्म करने का टाइम आ गया. It's 12:11 a.m. At night. We'll see you tomorrow again with new guests and a new topic to talk about.
Absolutely.
This was Heet, Nandu, Bhushan, Patil and Neelay signing off. Thank you so much Rohan and Priyanshu for joining us today for this podcast about
I'd like to say a
Filmy
thing.
Keeda. And yeah, Bhushan has something to say, so go ahead.
So all the guys who are watching, all one of you, भाई तू क्या कर रहा है लाइफ के साथ? चले जा, सो जा।
Yeah.
चलो guys,
Yeah.
bye.
Thank you for your valuable
Chalo.
contribution to this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jai Maharashtra. Jai Modi.
जय महाराष्ट्र. Go Karuna go.
बजाने बर्तन बर्तन बजाने।